smooth yet sinister, coming through to diminish you. And this here's the finisher. Check it out.
What's going on, guys? Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web. And finally, they have unleashed the 6-star forms of Semira and Ciara, excuse me. So, they got the Bulb dungeon open and they got the Nightmare dungeon back, just in case anyone was unable to accomplish those things. But the main thing is the 6-star forms are released. That is what we are talking about, son. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get into somewhat of a review. There's still some information that we may have to pull out here, but I'll give you guys pretty much everything that I've found so far. So here's what you need to evolve. Starting off with Semira. You need a Miracle Totem, Dark Totem, 2 Dark Bulbs, a Metal Mimic, and 500,000 Zell in order to take your Semira up to 6-star. So let's check it out, guys. Welcome to a whole new world of fear. Indeed. Alrighty, guys. So first and foremost, her freaking sprite is insane. She looks ultra freaking cool, especially with the pumpkin and the other thing that's standing behind her. Yep, she looks pretty nice. Looks pretty good. But other than that, majority of the information off to the left side. So let's try to get into a few specifics about her that the wiki information there to the left does not show. First of all, her BB, 12 hit strong dark elemental attack on all enemies. Great chance of poison, paralyze, curse, and weaken. And at BB10, that is a 75% chance, guys. That is really high. That is a really high chance of inflicting some status ailments, man. And with her SBB, it goes up even a little higher at 80%. So you have an 80% chance when you use that SBB to inflict those 4 status ailments on the enemies that you are using the SBB on. That's pretty nice. I must say, that's pretty nice. The only area where this unit and the companion unit are kind of getting clowned at is their damage modifiers, guys. They are really low, so not really the best thing. I mean, all in all, these aren't really strong units. They're different, they're unique, but they are not strong, guys, because of the low damage modifiers. The BB goes up to 205%. The SBB goes up to 220%. That's really low, not gonna lie, guys. So probably don't want to be counting on Semira to be dealing out a ton of damage, because with that low of a modifier, she's just not going to do it. Also, with her attack not being the greatest, as you can see off there to the left side, if you look at her breaker type, it gets up to 2197, which is decent, but any other type is below 2000, so not gonna be doing nothing real magnificent there. But just keep in mind that breaker type also has really poor defense. Really poor defense. 1468. So it's a good thing. I'm kind of glad with the choice I made. I decided to go with a guardian type Semira. I actually have more types. I may end up going with a lord type for the final one, but we'll see. I'm probably gonna. I have a total of 4 Semiras. I'm honestly probably gonna keep at least 2 of them. Level up and keep 2 of them is probably what I'm going to do. So, but I'm not mad at going with Guardian type because they're not that strong. So you probably just want to take the high defense and try keeping her alive, if anything. So there we go. So maxed out Guardian stats there. 6050 HP, 1715 attack, 1966 defense, and 2220 recovery, which is a little bit lower. Well, a little bit more attack and a little bit less defense than what the wiki is saying. So maybe they'll get that straightened out over time. But let's take her out for a spin, guys. Now, Semira You guys are gonna have to bear with me. She has a really long story, but it's also actually really interesting. So right after we view the attack, we're gonna get into it. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. It's a lengthy one. There she is. 6-star Semira. See what she got. Let's make sure our battle animations are on, so you guys can see the whole shebang here. Alright, so let's check out her attack. Here we go. Not bad. Okay, so here we go, guys. Lengthy story, but bear with me here. There's a legend that tells of a wisp named Jack, who was the most powerful and fearful spirit that resided in the deep forest. Semira is the daughter of an elemental blacksmith, beautiful and talented in the art of arcane smithing. It was said that Jack was mesmerized by her looks and started to take an interest in Semira. One day, Semira returned home to find her father slain by a mad knight he smithed for the mad knight had to make sure his weapon can never be reforged. She turned and started to run. The mad knight gave chase and finally cut her down right next to a pumpkin farm. Jack was shattered when he realized what happened. He decided to save Semira by forging a soul bond with her. Soul bonding requires two physical bodies, so Jack took up the physical form of a nearest object, a pumpkin. And thus Jack's power was able to keep Semira alive. Semira didn't struggle to understand what had happened, for she had known for a long time that Jack had always been there. From Jack, she learned the dark arts that he knew. As the years go by, Semira and Jack's bond grew stronger. They stayed in the dark forest, protecting the ancient sanctuary from evil and corruption. During this time, Semira met Ciara, injured and broken from a vicious demon attack. She took Ciara in and honed her in the dark arts that she had learned from Jack. One day, a familiar aura entered the forest. Semira knew right away that it was the Mad Knight that had killed her father. As she emerged from the darkness, the Mad Knight started charging toward her. She held up Jack, which glowed in the light of 1,000 suns. In one smite, the Mad Knight burst into a fireball and fell. Jack stared into the soul of the Mad Knight and chained his soul to himself, forever a spirit slave to the duo. And as the fireball burnt out, on the ground was the scythe Semira's father had forged for the Mad Knight before he died. After Ciara's departure, Semira continued protecting the ancient sanctuary with the help of Jack, her savior. Honing the powers with Jack's guidance, she was able to take control of the captured Mad Knight's soul, turning him into a guardian. There had been rumors that even evil forces dare not traverse into the sanctuary in fear of encountering Semira's wrath. So that's her story, guys. Quite an interesting one, I must say. So, this big blue glowing thing behind her is the Mad Knight that killed her father in spirit form. And then this pumpkin that's being held here on the end of the staff is Jack, the spirit that saved Semira's life. So what an interesting story that is, man. Indeed. Let's check out the BB. Cruel Rampage. Not bad. It's an AoE too, guys, so it's hitting everything. Sweet. Alright. 6-star Semira, baby. Alright, pros and cons time. So, pros and cons about Semira. First of all, her look is insane. She looks really nice, definitely. Animal type is definitely the preferred type that you want to have, guys. That high HP, with her recovery already being fairly high, it wouldn't hurt to reduce that in order to get the higher HP there. But any other type, it pretty much subpar. I mean, it makes a difference to have animal type on this unit, in my opinion. But out of the 4 I got, I couldn't pull one, so I just went with the guardian type. The fact that she has a really high chance of dealing status elements, also very good stuff. And her SBB also boosting that BC drop rate, so that helps fill everything back up. The one weird thing here, and I believe this is the first unit along with Ciara that is like this. When you level up the SBB, the BC cost actually goes up, which I find to be weird. But it actually goes up. It's only by 1, but it goes up, which I find to be weird. But I guess it is what it is. But con, and it's a rather big con, is that her damage modifiers are weak, guys. Usually when you use your BB or your SBB, what happens is the attack of the unit is multiplied by a certain number called the damage modifier, and that determines how much damage the BB and SBB does. With her having a fairly average attack compared to the rest of the units nowadays, with that low modifier, she's not going to be doing a ton of damage, guys. So don't expect anything impressive on the damage side from this one. What you can expect to be impressive about her is the status ailments. She can deal them, and she has a high chance of inflicting them, guys. So if you need a unit that can deal some status ailments like crazy, Semira's for you. She's pretty good in arena too because of that, guys. Even the BB has a 75% chance of inflicting those status ailments. So good stuff there, guys. So that's gonna wrap up our review of Semira. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something, and hopefully this video determines whether or not you want to either rare summon her or try to build her up. So thank you for watching. Don't forget upper right to subscribe, lower right to check out the previous video, and for those interested in joining the Facebook group, link in the description. And I thank you for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, favorite, share, comment, and everything else, and I'll be back at your screen with more Brave Frontier soon, guys. Later.